It's 2025. I'm sure we all know that. We all know what year it is. And 2015 was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I was, I was 17. That's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Such a long time ago. But where am I going with this, you may ask? Well, as of lately, on TikTok, I have been seeing a lot of posts that's like, oh, take me back to the summer of 2015 or the summer of 2025 and the summer of 2015 with music. Music happens to be one of the things I always go back to the most, right? When I think about the past and growing up and just different albums. Now, this TikTok stood out to me because it was Roses by the Chainsmokers. Now, I believe prior to My Cat's Tail is in the way. Bucky wasn't even a thought in 2015, right? But anyways, Roses by the Chainsmokers was probably one of the first, I think the first song I heard by the Chainsmokers, and I kind of like that type of music. It's got me on the trend, I guess you could say. But where am I going with this? Well, if I just did a quick search of music released in 2015, and we have some doozies here. So, I mean, to start it off, To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar, that was a big one. If you're reading this, it's too late. That was a big one. I vividly remember, listening to that in my math class in high school. Just crazy. Badlands by Halsey. I remember that. ASAP, one of my favorite artists ever. ASAP Rocky. But at long last, ASAP. That's one of my favorite albums by him. There's a ton of bangers on there. Logic, The Incredible True Story. I remember when this dropped. I listened to it on the way to school. I believe on Spotify. That's before I made the switch to Apple Music. But just listening to that whole album, that thing bopped. That was crazy. It's still a banger to this day, right? But I mean, I just to remember when those things dropped. Pusha T, I didn't really listen to him at all at the time. I do now. I like some of his music now. What else do we got on here? Adele. Ba-dum. So you got Joey Badass and more Drake. What a Time to Be Alive. There's bangers on that. Marilyn Manson. Just crazy stuff. The Jack U. Mac Miller. Good AM. It's another banger. Rip Mac. And Future. I remember. I think Where You At was on this album, or something like that. I could have the song wrong, but they had such that was such a banger. I don't know. I had an aftermarket deck at a Dodge truck, and I had an aftermarket deck in it. I just remember just having my phone plugged in. I had a blue USB cord, just bop into that song. It was crazy. I didn't click this album. Let's go. We'll see what this is. 50 best albums. We'll go through it quick since everybody's on the trend. So that's the title for this video then. The 50 greatest albums. I'm just gonna buzz through them very quickly. I'm not gonna go into detail at all. I wish I could play the music, but I don't want to get copyright struck. However, so we got Bomba Estero. I've never heard of that one. Bob Dylan, Shadows of the Night. Carly Rae Jepsen. She was popular, I think, like my first 2 years in high school. Would Call Me Maybe. James Taylor. I've never Rihanna Giddens. Tomorrow Is My Turn. I've never heard of her. Madonna. Shrimp Life. Now, is this the album that the Mannequin Challenge was popular on, or am I thinking of a different album? Any one of the two. I remember doing the Mannequin Challenge in my buddy Cody's garage. It was just so long ago. Selena Gomez. Bajork. I'm not sure if I've ever heard of them either. Kamsi Washington, Songboy Blues, Muse. I like Muse. Ashley Monroe, Alabama Shakes. A lot of these are new. I guess we'll just kind of remember. There's the Marilyn Manson, Beach House. A lot of these, Car Seat Headrest, Teens of Style. Interesting. It's cool album art on there. All right. I'm Miguel, Air Church. There's Future, DS2. God. Such a long time ago with Future. It's just crazy. Buzz through these quick. Chris Stapleton, I just saw it. Don Henley. These aren't really here. What? There's the Jack U album. That I remember this. This was pretty crazy when that came out. I listened to like that. Tame Impala. I do like Tame Impala. I didn't really start listening to Tame Impala until I started listening to this song that probably is going to get me DMCA'd. But that song right there, that's what started it all really for me with like that type of music. But let's do a quick Google search. Oops. Top rap album of 2015. So the 40 best on Rolling Stone. Let's go into this. I could talk about music all day long. I love music. So again, we start off with some more that I've never heard of, and I feel like that's going to be the trend. Okay, so we'll start with let's do top 20, because I feel like there'll be some more popular artists on the top 20. Meek Mill, Pusha T, Vic Spencer, never heard. Rari, All We Need, never heard. Joey Badass, he's got some good mixtapes. I like him. He's kind of got that sound, kind of like ASAP in a way. So I enjoy that. I'm no music expert by any means, so don't take everything I say with a complete grain of salt, because I'm not an expert. I just know what I like and what sounds good to me and what my memories. You know what I mean? I mean what makes my memories stand out to me? What music is there when I think back? And everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and everybody's going to have such a unique perspective of what music they enjoy and whether they think back like, oh, I was in the car with like my buddy and we were going like on a trip and the song was on, right? Like I just crazy. DJ Loaf, ASAP, my boy, Wild for the Night. That's everybody always likes that song. I like some of the deep track stuff on there. Fetty Wap, man, Trap Queen and 679. Man. The Trap Queen was just a crazy hit. I remember, just mobbing around. Like, we had our driver's licenses, so like we were just mobbing around. Me and my buddies, Briar and Cody. Shout out if you guys ever watch this and get this far. But I mean, I remember Briar. You had that blue truck, and we'd go around in East Pier always. We'd have Fetty Wap just cranked on it, and those are some of the memories that I value. Value most close to me, man. And 679 in my way. I mean, those weren't as popular, but boy, man, Future, like again, I've only ever listened to like one song off this album, I believe. There's Dre with Compton, Young Thug, shout out Young Thug. It's just good music, Here we go, you Shrimp Life right here, and this is another big one, like I said before. I mean, we're touching on stuff we already did, but I mean, this, another big one. And they always had such good hooks, right? More Future. Donnie Trumpet, never heard. Various artists, I've never heard of this. Drake. And Kendrick. Kendrick deserves the top spot. Very fitting. Very, very fitting. But we kind of got a little sidetracked there. And I apologize if these videos aren't always, because I can go off on tangents about my past. I value, like, not like pop culture, but just American culture in general so much, because I think it's very unique, and the music, the dances, the trends, the slang people use. What's popular and when. I mean, from when, I'm sure people my age, I'm 27, from when we were younger till now, it's totally different. And we'll never get that back. And we lived in some of the best times, I think, for what's going on for what's going on culture, internet culture, the trends. I mean, heck, we had headphone jacks on our iPhones. You know what I mean? And they're gone now. And kids nowadays, they don't know. It's all new to them. It's just one of those things. So, oh God, it's back again. Whoops. Anyways, ignore that. But yeah, I mean, I just kind of wanted to talk about that. I look forward. I want to do some more videos about that. I'm not feeling the greatest. I'm getting over a cold, so that's why I maybe sound like Kermit the Frog. And to those of you who commented on my audio, I'm still trying to figure out like settings or everything, man. Like, I'm not trying to spend a whole lot of money on audio, you know, and like a mixer or whatever that stuff is. Like, I just have I got a Quadcast, right? I think it sounds decent for what it is, you know, being a $100 and some mic. My cat's attacking my feet right now. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna work on it. I just got to sit down and really try. I know I just get excited and I just start talking and start ranting like I am now, and I apologize. But I mean, yeah, I look forward. I want to talk about more music. I want to go through my playlists. I know like 2019 was a year I wanted to talk about. I saw my Apple Music playlist from I think the replay. So it was like one of the first replays, and I mean, just reading off of it, a bunch of Juice WRLD, Robbery Wasted, The Way Life Goes remix with Lil Uzi Vert, Nicki Minaj, one of my favorite songs, Kodak, Green Day, and Green Day is just me. That wasn't really like, you know, popping that much, but you know, more Juice, more Nicki and Eminem, Mike Will Made It, Gucci, Lil Nas X, you know, and he was popping off. Some of the best times, and hopefully. And I encourage everybody, we should bring the 2015 vibe back, right? You know, like the palm trees and filters and just music, like just came on, because that to me, everything was just so much better, it seems. Maybe it's because we were younger, but maybe, just maybe, it's because things were much better off. I hope y'all have a great weekend. If I feel a little better, I'll be back on with another video tomorrow. But that's about it. See ya.